What's up, guys? So we are now 10 weeks out for Lynette at the St. Louis Pro. We actually just had posing yesterday with Kenny Wallach, and that actually worked out really well. He made her look like she's about 30 pounds heavier as far as muscle tissue-wise, so that's a good thing, and made that waist look even smaller. So all's going good there. We haven't done an update for about 2 weeks now, more than anything because I've been failing at either bringing the camera or Jake doesn't want to show up. So here we are 2 weeks later. As far as these past 2 weeks, they've actually been pretty easy as far as the changes have gone. We've switched to more of a day-to-day update, really just focusing again on controlling stress as much as possible. And we've upped cardio pretty much gradually. If she's feeling good and health markers come back good, and this entire last week we bumped it up by 10 more minutes. She's not going to like that, but this coming week, since her body's responding so well now to all the changes and the cardio and everything, we're going to add back in some HIIT cardio. We actually took that out about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we'll add that back in just to kind of give us a little bit more of a burning effect, and see kind of how her body responds. And if her body does freak out like it did last time we had HIIT in, we'll pull it back out. We'll just increase the steady state. Yeah. So sadly to say that steady state could be getting pretty high up there in the numbers, but you know, an hour and 10, hour and 20 is basically what we're looking at right now as far as steady state goes.
Right. Well,
so
the fact that I've been splitting it up has been really helpful though too. So doing some in the morning and then doing some at night after the workout, just especially after the workout where I can just kind of continue to burn that extra fat, whatever, after the workout. So
right. Well, and the nice thing is, one of the things that I like with a lot of my athletes is doing fasted cardio. Not because it's some magical weight loss, fat loss thing, but it does help out with mental clarity. It helps out with kind of setting your day in the right span. And then also you don't dread doing cardio at the end of the night. And that's also going to help out as far as like sleep aspects, because you're able to actually just come home from your workout, you're tired, you're ready to go to bed. You don't have to do a cardio session before you go to bed. So definitely something that you should think about applying as well when it comes to your cardio if you're ever going to be trying to do a prep and get crazy lean. So aside from that, the other thing that we did is we changed cheat meals. So previously she was doing a higher fat cheat meal with burgers, fries. We changed that out. We changed it to more of like a clean-ish refeed.
Sushi.
With sushi. So higher carb, probably a little bit lower fat, I would say, across the entire board, but a little bit higher carbs. But her body's been responding really, really well to that. And she, it sticks around for about a day or two, and then her body processes through it, and then we start to see a drop again. So, that's kind of what we want to see. We want to see that aspect. The fasts have been getting worse for her because she's getting hungrier. Yeah. But aside from that, the fasting has helped out with our digestion issues. So digestion has been pretty much on the back burner as far as issue-wise. As far as issue-wise. So that's been very, very helpful as far as this is going right now. And at 10 weeks out, I'm really happy with where we're sitting. We're in a great place, and now we just got to push a little bit harder to bring in that nice, good condition look for this pro show.
I can say now at 10 weeks out where I'm at, weight-wise, look-wise, it's where I was at approximately 4 or 5 weeks out of my last show.
Good.
Obviously, it's been a little while and I've added on the muscle since then, but just as far as being ready ahead of time and feeling better and things like that, but adding into the stress aspect where you don't have to feel like you're clamoring to get to the finish line, you can just coast right on it.
Yep. And I will make the other note too, we haven't really taken any crazy extreme measures either. Supplementation's been very basic. Everything's been very basic going into the show so far. And so one of the keys that I want you to understand is because we're controlling stress and we're watching her body day to day, which is a lot more time consuming, and is, it's texts at 6 o'clock in the morning when she gets up. But when you actually control those things, you don't have to force the body with things, thermogenics and things like that. That would be supplementation that a lot of people will use going into the show, and have already started maybe 5 weeks ago, 15, 16 weeks out. So it's a cool thing that we're seeing right now. And the other nice thing about that is it gives us a tool that we can use later if we start to get to a stall point. So, these are all tools that we can use if her body doesn't start cooperating. So keep that in mind, guys. Don't just throw everything at your body right at the beginning, because you're going to leave yourself with options of basically doing 3 hours of cardio, using some sort of hormones to actually get the body fat off, and minimal calories. So try not to do that to yourselves. Anyways.
Well, and last thing, I think the fact that because we started so early too, I mean, we decided basically 20 weeks out that we were going to do this, we had enough time to kind of ease into it instead of being a fat kid all the way up until 16 weeks out and then diving in from there. We kind of slowly eased into everything, and that helped out a lot too.
And I will say this, she has a predisposition to her body being able to respond to this because she's done this before. True. And she kept her body in a good place in that off season. So, you know, she was already in a pretty lean, moderately lean, I would say, state going into this prep. So her body was already primed, and we were already watching stress and making sure her body was in the right place. So, you know, there was a lot of pregame before we started this prep.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other thing that you guys got to take into consideration, especially when it comes to pushing a female's body to this very, very low body fat range. It's got to be planned.
Well, and especially like you said with females, one of the biggest things I know a lot of girls struggle with is the off season and kind of letting yourself go a little bit too far in the off season, getting a little bit too comfortable.
Right.
And that plays a huge factor in it though too, because it's going to take a lot more time to pull everything off. Whereas I like to stay in at least decent shape in my off season, so that way when I know it's time to start dieting and getting ready for a show, I don't have to push myself as hard.
Right. I mean, I will say probably one of my basic guidelines that I have for a lot of my females is about the absolute most would be 15 to 20 pounds above stage weight. So in your off season, sticking somewhere around there is going to make it easy. The higher you go, the harder it's going to be. So keep that in mind. You know, there are times you're going to have to, if I have a female that wants to change from being a figure girl or a bikini girl and wants to go up to a physique girl, there are times that you do have to push higher than that. But typically for most people that want to stay in the same category, especially when it comes to females, I try not to push more than 15 to 20 pounds above that stage weight, because you're going to start to get to the point where you're accruing a little bit more body fat than what you need, and it's only going to be harder the next time you try to diet back down. So today we're going to actually hit a heavy back day. You can actually follow it right here in this area somewhere. Wherever Jake decides to put it. He could put it right on my face. I don't know. But heavy back workout, that's where we're going to go. Let's get it.